Hello, welcome to Cataclysm Quick Tip number 48, where we will discuss how to mend faulty engines. So when you're traveling through the world of Cataclysm, you will come across vehicles, and it will be really good if you can get them operating. So I've covered some vehicle basics in previous Quick Tip and or University series, but I wanted to specifically talk about how to mend faulty engines. So as an example, we've got a sports car right here. There's a particular thing of interest in sports cars. That would be this 12-liter V12 engine. And it's one of the most powerful engines in the game. So if you come across a sports car and you'd like to get the engine and use it either to drive the car or to remove the engine entirely and install it in a different vehicle, here's what you need to know about how to repair faulty engines. So when you look at the vehicle detail screen, there's a number of things you look at to see if it's going to be able to be driven away immediately. The common ones are, does it have wheels, which it shows down here, or you can move your cursor around the vehicle diorama to see if it has wheels. You also look for a seat and controls, as well as does it have gas and battery charge. Those are the primary things, but it also has an option here. Some engines are going to be faulty. And depending on what kind of faults the engine has, you may or may not be able to start the engine up. Some faults just cause a reduction in the performance of the engine or the efficiency, but you'd still be able to drive it. Other faults will just flat out keep you from being able to use the engine in any way. So one option is to replace the engine entirely, if you happen to have another engine somewhere, and we'll look at that in just one second. But first, let's find out how to get more details on what kind of faults are listing for the engine. So all you have to do is move your cursor to the engine compartment, and it shows here as well the 12-liter V12 engine faulty. The color code indicates how much damage that is taken, but it doesn't actually say what is wrong in particular. There's an option on the menu above that says Mend, and that's what we're going to be looking at. So if you just press the M key, it will jump straight to the engine in the vehicle, and it will give you more details. We can see from this listing that there is a faulty fuel filter. An expired filter reduces performance and increases the chance of backfires. That by itself will not cause the engine to not be usable, just causes extra noise and reduces performance. The other problem, though, is the faulty immobilizer. This prevents starting of the vehicle without the appropriate key. So we would need to fix this in order to be able to get this vehicle running properly. And what we're going to do is press the Enter key while we have this selected, and then we get even further detail. So another window pops up, and we can see either the fuel filter or immobilizer can be selected. For the fuel filter, it's showing us what's required to actually fix this fault. We need 30 minutes, Mechanics 1 skill at least, and also a tool with screwdriving of 1 or more. And following components, we need an automotive filter or one makeshift automotive filter. The automotive filter can be found in the general game world in a few places you would normally associate with automobiles. The chances that you happen to have one laying around or you've run across one is fairly small, though. You would need to remove this from an existing engine in order to be able to repair it with this option. The makeshift automotive filter is craftable, so there's a better chance you could put that together. But if you know how and you have the tools and skills, getting an automotive filter out of an existing engine would be the easier method. Then we have the immobilizer. That doesn't require any parts, just skill and tools. So 30 minutes again, electronics 5, mechanics 2, and then a tool screwdriving, and you could fix the immobilizer. Let's go ahead and do that right now first. Take a look at the engine again, go back to the mend screen, and now we are down to just the faulty fuel filter. Okay, so let's say we wanted to get the fuel filter out of the engine. I've got listed below me 2 items of note. This is a replacement V12 engine, and if we examine that engine that's been previously dismounted from a vehicle, it's the exact same engine that's in the vehicle we're looking at currently. You'll notice right here it says disassembling this item takes about 40 minutes and might yield the following parts: 2 drive belts, 1 air filter, 1 automotive filter, a small electric motor, 2 mechanical pumps, 1 power converter, 40 copper wire, a massive engine block, and a metal tank 2-liter. So a number of different parts. These are obviously parts that you might need for mending various engines. So you want to take a look around at the local environment or in your base and see if you might have an engine available that you can disassemble that's going to have these. Sometimes you'll find engines laying around on the street, and that would not require any additional tools or mechanisms to actually get to, and you could pick it up and try to disassemble it to see if you can get the parts. Or you can dismount an engine from an existing vehicle, assuming you have the lifting tool necessary to do that. And I discuss lifting and jacking tools in other videos. So here next to this we have the lifting jacking tool that I'm kind of using for demonstration purposes. This in particular is the hand jack. And then we also have another vehicle nearby. This is a mobile meth lab, and in the mobile meth lab, in that position there, we have a 4.6 liter V12 engine faulty. Got a faulty fuel pump, but all we're interested in is in the example of removing this engine to get to the parts that we would need for the other one. So to do that, I'm going to go ahead and grab the hand jack, move over towards this vehicle, put the cursor over the engine, hit 0 to remove or O to remove, and there is the engine right there. You'll notice over here the requirements, mechanics 2, bolt turning of 2, and then we've got the lifting requirement done with the hand jack we've got behind us, and it says we need to remove the alternator first. So we're going to have to do that before we get the engine block out. So we'll remove the alternator. It brings us back to that screen. Oops, we'll go ahead and hit remove again. And this time when we say to remove the engine, there's nothing blocking us from doing it. It's going to take a half an hour. We'll do so. All right, we now have the engine out. We'll back up, take a look at the engine. Right there, faulty 4-liter V6 engine. I'm going to pick it up, wield it. It is super heavy, but we have to pick it up in order to disassemble it. Then I'm going to use the disassemble keyboard command right there. And we're going to go ahead and just pick this. You can see the parts that are going to show up when we do. It'll give you a listing of all the different components. We'll say yes to that. Then we're going to use the debug menu to kill a pesky zombie that has shown up. And let's try this again. Alright, there we go. So, we take a look at the items on the ground. That is the various parts that we got. We need the automotive filter in particular. So we're going to grab the automotive filter, step back to our target vehicle, go to the mend command, press enter, and you can see we now have what we need to repair the vehicle. We'll just press enter again to say go ahead and do it. And we have successfully mended the engine. When we review it this time, the mend information, or the faulty tag, is now gone. Pressing M for mend doesn't do anything. It says no faulty parts require mending. And we should be able to drive this vehicle. So, if we go ahead and move up, we can start it up. And we can drive our nice, zippy sports car. So, that's pretty much all the information you need to know for the process. There are some tool requirements, skill requirements, item requirements, and so on. But as long as you're aware of how that menu works, how to get to the information that you need so that you can make educated decisions, you'll be able to successfully get into and drive away with vehicles much, much more often. Just keep an eye out for various things. Sometimes, like I said, you will see an engine just laying on the ground. That means you don't need one of these crane type of items in order to lift it out of an existing vehicle. See if you can throw it into the back trunk of a vehicle you may be driving, or even just pick it up and try to waddle over to the vehicle you're working on with it, or just disassemble it on the spot for whatever particular components you might need. So if you find a vehicle that you really, really want to drive, you might just go running around looking for an engine laying on the ground, disassemble it right there, grab the parts you need, and then come back and you can very quickly and easily get the engine repaired and be on your way. Hope you found this information helpful. As always, your support is greatly appreciated. Any suggestions and comments you have are welcome below, or you can visit me on my Discord channel if you'd like to chat about the game or have any questions regarding the content of the Quick Tip videos. Also, new episode topics are always encouraged. Feel free to drop me any suggestions you have on the Discord channel, and I hope to see you again in the future. Have a good day and stay safe out there.